If you want to get in contact with me, the best way to do it is on Instagram. If you just want to say what up, if you want to tell me you love my videos, you can tell me you hate my videos, but the best way to do that is on Instagram. Peace, y'all. Jonny Fastlane here. So, Trippie Red says NBA YoungBoy is the new Tupac. And did Shotti get caught on wiretap saying he was gonna shoot Sara? Plus, Tyler the Creator says Eminem picks horrible beats. Let's talk hip hop.
Believe it or not, love me or hate me, YoungBoy is Tupac, man.
Alright, yo, so this is crazy, right? And I really think that maybe some of these dudes don't really know about Tupac or who he really was or whatever like that, right? Because NBA YoungBoy, how is he the new Tupac? Maybe Trippie Red is talking about he's the new Tupac based off of, I guess, his gangster. He looks at NBA YoungBoy as a gangster, right? I do too, right? So he's like, yo, Tupac was one of the toughest gangsters in rap, so NBA YoungBoy is the new Tupac, right? Maybe he's looking at NBA YoungBoy as he really likes his music, and I do too. So maybe he's like, yo, NBA YoungBoy is coming out with classics, just like Tupac came out with a bunch of classics and he's still loved today, right? I don't think that NBA YoungBoy is anywhere near Tupac, right? And I know what y'all are saying, yeah, of course, why would anybody compare NBA YoungBoy to Tupac? Tupac is Tupac, right? But I'm not looking at it like that. I actually think that NBA YoungBoy is a little bit more gangster than Tupac, actually, if you think about it, right? Tupac is a gangster rapper, right? But NBA YoungBoy is just a young gangster ass nigga, right? NBA YoungBoy, right? When he's from Baton Rouge, right? He's from Louisiana. He's in and out of jail all his life and he's still young right now, right? When Tupac was 16 years old, he was a backup dancer for Humpty Hump and Digital Underground, right? And Tupac is not even from California. Tupac is from New York, but he was Jack in California and he moved all around the place. So I think that he struggled with trying to find his real identity, right? Whereas NBA YoungBoy was in one spot his whole time, his whole life. And unlike Tupac, when NBA YoungBoy was 16 years old, he got arrested for doing a drive-by, right? And put on probation for 10 years or something like that, right? So, NBA YoungBoy comes from the streets, whereas Tupac, his mother was a Black Panther. So Tupac started out, his life and his journey, a little bit more rapping about black people issues and a little bit more conscious, right? But then Tupac actually changed up after a little while, right? So the whole thing is that Tupac gets shot in the head, right? Well, he got shot 5 times at the studio. He was at Quad Studio. He was trying to go up to see his homeboy Biggie because at that time, Biggie and Pac were mad cool. And in the lobby of Quad Studios, Tupac gets shot 5 times, right? Tupac actually thinks that Biggie has something to do with him getting shot, and he also got shot in the head. After he got shot in the head, he went to the hospital. He stayed alive, but then he quickly got arrested a little bit after that, right? And then Suge Knight, this is where Tupac changed, right? So up until that point, Tupac was a regular dude. He was a rapper. He was a backup dancer. And he was just a stand-up kind of guy. Tupac, though, he did, Tupac didn't play around when it came to race relations and stuff like that. One time in Atlanta, Tupac saw some black kid on the side of the street getting harassed by these 2 white boys, and Tupac actually shot at the 2 white boys, right? Turns out those white boys were undercover cops, but Tupac beat that case because it was clear that he was trying to defend that black kid, right? And that was before all this happened with Tupac. But anyway, so fast forward, Tupac gets arrested. He's sitting in jail, right? He can't make bail. He don't even got no money to make bail. So here comes Big Blood, Suge Knight, to bail out Tupac, right? And this is also a little bit after Tupac got shot, right? So Tupac is hard, feeling himself now that Suge Knight bailed him out. Now he's got that battery in his back. Now he could say, Biggie, suck my dick. He could be like, fuck Biggie. That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker, and all that stuff. Tupac started going off, but that's because he had Big Blood, Suge Knight Knight behind him and all the rest of the Bloods, right? And that's not similar to NBA YoungBoy, who's a real ass nigga and does his own thing and stays in his lane, right? To me, it's kind of similar of a 6ix9ine if you really want me to be like really honest, right? As soon as 6ix9ine had Big Blood Shotti behind him, right? Then he started acting all gangster like, fuck you, suck my dick, I'm the king of New York, right? Just like Tupac did, right? Tupac moved to California, right? Now all of a sudden he's representing Compton, he's representing Bloods, right? He's running around here with all these gang members. He's begging Suge Knight to be down with the set, right? He's begging Suge Knight to be down with the Bloods so bad that he wants to prove that he could put in work just like all the other Bloods, right? So when they get into a big fight in the MGM in the casino, here comes Tupac's little rapper ass running around with the gang members trying to stomp and put hands on feet on Baby Lane just like everybody else was, right? Very similar to another nigga, another rapper, 6ix9ine, who was also begging to be down with the Bloods so much that when they got into a little fight or a little brawl at the airport, you see 6ix9ine running out the doors of the airport trying to put hands and feet on niggas because he wants to show them that he's down with the gang so much, right? And the only reason why Tupac and 6ix9ine were going so hard for their Blood set or for the gang was because they really felt like they had something to prove, like, yeah, yo, I'm not just a rapper, I'm down with y'all too, right? We're going super hard like that, especially in this gang shit, will get you one of two things, right? Either dead or in jail, right? And that happened to both of them, right? They both had the similar demise, right? One is dead and one is in jail. Oh, you feel me? So the NBA YoungBoy is chilling and doing his own motherfucking thing. And if you ask me, I think that NBA YoungBoy is a little bit more gangster, a little bit more stand up, a little bit more realer, which is not a word, more real than Tupac was. And if I could really sit here and think of who Tupac would be, I would have to say 6ix9ine. Yeah, Tupac has better music than 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine songs aren't that bad, but Tupac's music is definitely classic, right? But you know, I see the similarities with those two a little bit more. Two men who were trying to be something that they were not, and got caught up because they were going a little bit too hard, man. Tupac was at Tupac's the first super gangster, and he ended up being at a point where he just was like balls to the wall, fuck you nigga, I'm down for whatever, and he got killed, right? 6ix9ine was acting like a super gangster, same thing, balls to the wall, fuck you nigga, I'm down for whatever, and then he gets arrested by, you know, the FBI, right? And not to mention, both Tupac and 6ix9ine both have rape allegations. You know what I'm saying? So they are very similar if you ask me. But anyway, let me know what y'all think about this in the comments.
Sara moving around the car. I was shooting that. I tell you, I'm gonna raise her. Women, children, kids. Sara moving around the car. I was shooting that. I tell you, I'm gonna raise her. Women, children.
So that was Shotti caught on wiretap yet again, right? So the FBI, they got mad wiretap of like Mel Murder, Shotti, Jim Jones, like just mad motherfuckers, right? You know, CEO Chris, all that stuff, right? But okay, so here's the thing, right? So the internet kind of blew up and everybody is going crazy because in that recording there, in that small little piece of recording, which is taken out of context, it sounds like Shotti is saying, yo, I will shoot Sara myself. We don't give a fuck. Children, girlfriends, babies, we don't give a fuck about none of that. I'll shoot Sara myself. That's what it sounds like Shotti is saying, right? But it's taken out of context. First of all, the nigga Shotti is not saying that he would shoot Sara himself. I mean, he said that, but it's sort of like just me sitting up here saying that I'll, you know, do something. If I'm speaking from somebody else's perspective, I might be like, yo, fuck that. Just like in the last segment when I was acting like, you know, I'm Tupac, like, yo, fuck these niggas. Everybody can suck my dick. Fuck Biggie. I'm not saying fuck Biggie. I'm saying that that's what Tupac's, you know, sentiment was, right? So The same way that I did that, that's what Shotti was actually doing on the phone, right? And for a lot of people that don't know, Shotti was actually talking on the phone with 6ix9ine while he was saying this, right? And basically, this was like a couple days after 6ix9ine had got robbed, right? And 6ix9ine knew that he got robbed by Harv, and he was on the phone with Shotti, and basically was like, yo, what are we gonna do about this? But 6ix9ine kind of sounded a little scared though, and he didn't really know what to do, and he didn't really want to perpetuate the violence in this specific situation. I think that 6ix9ine is probably a little bit scared of Harv, right? But anyway, Shotti was on the phone yelling at 6ix9ine, and Shotti was like, yo, fuck that, my nigga, fuck that. I'm the one that raised Harv, so I know how we get down. If I was Harv and Sarah's hopping in and out of cars, I'm coming for your baby moms, I'm coming for Sara. We don't give a fuck. We shooting women, we shooting children. I'll do it myself, nigga, if I was Harv. I'll do it myself. I'll shoot Sara myself. So that's what 6ix9ine, that's what Shotti was trying to drive that point home to 6ix9ine, right? And really and truly, I think that Shotti had love for 6ix9ine, right? I think that all this stuff that happened, I feel like 6ix9ine, Shotti probably feels a little bit hurt based on what happened with 6ix9ine and how he actually told on them, right? I think that if 6ix9ine decided to, you know, take it to court, and even if he ever went to prison or something like that, that Shotti would be in there protecting 6ix9ine and being like, yo, this my little nigga, right? I think that over the course of that year and a half where 6ix9ine was going real hard, that Shotti and him developed a real friendship, right? And I really think, and it's crazy because Harv is down with 9 Trey. He'd been down with 9 Trey for a while, and I'm sure that Harv and Shotti knew each other way before, you know, 6ix9ine and Shotti knew each other. But, you know, Shotti was willing to say, listen, we gotta retaliate against Harv because here's how he's thinking. He'll come at your baby moms. He'll come at Sara. He'll shoot her. He don't give a fuck about a woman, a kid, nothing. And all he does is see Sara hopping in and out of cars with Jorge and all this. Harv knows where she's gonna be. He will get her. So what do you want to do about it, 6? That's kind of what Shotti was trying to say, right? But this little clip is the only clip that came out, so it sounds crazy. I know it does. And a lot of people are like, oh my God. This nigga Shotti was like, yo, I'll shoot Sara myself. You know what I'm saying? But that is not what happened at all, yo. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments.
Eminem he picked some of the worst beats ever. Even Ludacris sometimes picks shitty beats, but their energy and their cool, witty lines.
So that was Tyler, the Creator, right? And this is crazy to me because for me, I look at Tyler, the Creator, even though Eminem dissed Tyler, the Creator and Earl Sweatshirt on the song, so maybe this is why he's changing his tune a little bit. But for me, I feel like Tyler, the Creator got a lot of his style from Eminem. So it's weird that he would say this about Eminem, right? But the whole interview, so basically Tyler, the Creator did an interview with Rick Rubin, right? And basically was talking to him about just like beat picking and things like that. And so Rick Rubin was asking him to name names. He was like, is there anybody who you would say doesn't really pick beats that well, but just focus more on lyrics? And he says Eminem's name. He also says Ludacris's name too, right? So basically Tyler, the Creator was explaining how, you know, sometimes he would hear a good beat and, you know, he would think about how he's gonna rap on it, right? He brought up Jay-Z's name, for example, because he says Jay-Z knows how to rap on a beat and know how is he gonna come off on this certain beat, right? I mean, Jay-Z could hear a beat and say, okay, I'm not gonna scream all over the beat. This is a smooth beat, so let me let this beat enhance my vocals and let my vocals enhance the beat, right? And that's why he likes Jay-Z, is what Tyler, the Creator, was saying, right? He says, there are other people though, like an Eminem or like Cassidy, because he was literally naming people, which is crazy, or like Ludacris, who would pick a beat and sometimes they don't care if the beat is like laid back, if the beat's a hype beat, a trap beat, a gangster beat, a smooth beat or whatever. All they're focused on is, I'm gonna kill this beat, I'm gonna murder this beat, right? You know, like an Eminem get on a beat, go, I'm in a foreign orange, your rhymes are boring, you know, like that. And instead of just like really listening to the beat, all of a sudden you just going off and you just going mad hard and trying to rap words together and rhyme and try to sound cool and try to sound like the best rapper ever, that the actual song itself is suffering because of that, right? He was kind of making the point that the music kind of speaks to him before the lyrics does, right? So he's like, the whole package matters to me sonically. That's what Tyler, the Creator, was saying, right? So he's like, at first I'm listening to the beat and the vibe, then I'm listening to the sound and your voice tone, and then once I get through that, then I'm listening to lyrics. And he says that he respects all three facets of a song, right? But he can see where a rapper like Eminem or Ludacris would bypass whatever beat, who cares, right? Bypass, you know, even the tone of their voice on that beat, just so that they can body you and beat you to death with lyrics, right? And he says, and that's not a cool way to make songs, right? And this is funny and crazy, right? But I feel you, yo, and I understand, right? So, you know, a couple years back, I'm in my car. I picked up my sister from the airport, right? I don't know if she was coming from like Germany or Brazil or wherever, right? But I picked up from JFK, right? And I'm listening to music, I'm listening to like a whole mix, but of new music, right? So that was around the time where Chloraseptic was out, Eminem, but I was listening to the remix with 2 Chainz and Fresher, right? And, you know, Eminem goes off on Chloraseptic, you know, rapping and my sister hopped in the car after a long ass flight and she was like, yo, I mean, it was turned down, it wasn't even blasting because, you know, ain't nobody, you know, it was turned like way low, but she was like, yo, nobody was to hear Eminem like try to body the beat. That's like trying to kill an ant with a sledgehammer right now. Like, yo, like why is Eminem like going off like this, right? And I get it, right? So sometimes that kind of rap could just be a little bit too abrasive and just a little bit much for like regular people who want to chill, you know, smoke and like listen to some hip hop, right? Nobody wants to like try to keep up with your lyrics and you know, especially if you're just putting words together so it can rhyme and it doesn't really, you know, make cohesive sense, if you feel what I'm saying. But anyway, let me know what y'all think about this and everything else in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Follow me at Jonny Fastlane on Instagram, but y'all already know what to do. Peace.